Hello everyone, I just came back from Thailand. I'm unpacking right now and like organizing all my stuff. I watch a lot of videos where people are like, oh, like these are all the things that I brought to this place or whatever. And this is my first proper vacation in like a really long time. Thailand is one of those places that I've been thinking about for like 6.5 years now, and I finally got to experience it. I was gonna also go to Vietnam, but I didn't have a chance. I decided to just really experience and see Thailand because I went during Songkran. It was amazing. First week and a half, my sisters came and joined me, and then the last 2 weeks I was by myself. I also traveled to northern Thailand, and that was really awesome. I took the overnight train and everything.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat sometimes.
I took this backpack, and so this was all my travel bag. And then when I was in Thailand, I bought this. I used to have one of the yellow Uniqlo bags, but it got really old, so I decided to finally purchase one from Uniqlo, like a red one this time, and I love this one. This was all my baggage for 3.5 weeks. In my mind, I was like, oh, I was such a light packer, blah blah. Guys, I have so many regrets. I have so many regrets, and I'm gonna tell you today. So these are things I would take again if I was to travel again. My phone, definitely. I was like, oh, I can like take my camera, other accessories. I'm glad I took my phone and I did not bring any bulky camera. It sufficed, it did its thing. I also brought a digital camera that I got from eBay a couple of months ago, maybe like a year ago. And I didn't use it much, so I don't think I would bring this again. So what I actually took is this Redmi 20,000 mAh power bank. Instead, this was really nice, but this was heavier, so I would have taken this Anker one instead because it's a lot lighter. But this needed to be charged times, a total of 3 times. In the first week and a half, my sisters were the main ones that were using my phone. But I think something I would switch is I would probably take this instead. But somehow this also lasted a lot longer. I don't know what this is. I think it's also 20,000. But the nice thing about this is it can charge my headphones, it can charge my everything basically. So I would take this again. All my headphones, my passport. Definitely have a passport cover. So I got this one 2 years ago. For some reason, I still have my COVID test in here, my COVID vaccinations in here, my passport, and I have a little notebook usually, and I just have stickers from places. But a passport cover is a must, and I would definitely take it in this way again. Maybe I would probably create some sort of like a tie so it doesn't just come undone so much. Something portable that you can take every day. I'm glad I didn't take a backpack. That was like, it was my day pack. I don't know if people do that. This is nice, especially I was taking the train everywhere. So first of all, my sister got this for me from Korea, and I got this from Thailand, and I love this. And basically have my cash, and I have a little coin that I put in here, but I also got a coin purse. I was very cash based on this trip, so I would definitely take a coin purse. Definitely my card. I was using it a lot. My credit card and my debit card. Having a designated one is really nice because I can track what funds are going to like the specific trip, and I have to let my bank know before I left so they don't think it's a fraud. I had cash on me as much as possible. I was using cash, But if it was like more established hotels or bars or something, or restaurants that were like larger, I would definitely use my card. And yeah, that worked out really well. Another thing that I would take is a little purse that has emergency stuff. So in this one, the most important thing I have is actually, I don't know if I have it, my Pepto-Bismol. Oh yeah, also the coin purse is this one. Well, I used my sister's, but then I think when I came back, I just ended up buying this because I had extra bought at the airport. I had like a lot of important things in here. So the first thing I have is like a COVID test. I don't know if I would take it again, honestly, but it was kind of bulky, especially when I was like traveling with just a backpack. When I was in Chiang Mai, I was just taking this. I had my luggage at the airport. Like there was like a holder you can pay like by day. I had my Xanax. I also have Dramamine. That came in really handy, especially when I went up the mountain to see some temples. This was a game changer. I definitely will carry this with me more. I had a bug spray that, especially like in the northern part of Thailand, this came in handy. So having a small repellent was like something that I purchased there, but I definitely would take again if I am to go to places that have like different ecosystems. Lots of band-aids. I didn't get to use it, but just having it as like a peace of mind. Also, I got this from the hotel that I was staying at. They were giving it away for free. It was really cute. And I got this inhaler, Tiger Balm inhaler for like stuffed nose. Thankfully I was wearing my mask even though it was like 100 degrees every day, so I didn't get sick, thank God. But just precaution, and a ton of cough drops. They also didn't get to use it, but it was still nice to have. And cotton swabs come in handy for different things, for wounds and different things. And then I also took an Alka-Seltzer. This is sort of like an aspirin that dissolves in water. I think there were a couple of times where I felt like nauseous or like not well. I would just use this. So having some sort of like a medicine bag, I always do this on my trips, but maybe have it like smaller and not take a COVID test because you can purchase COVID tests there. But if you have specific medications, like Pepto was like one of the ones that I was like, I just didn't know if they had that there, but they had other stomach medications. That was really, really helpful, and I'm glad I did that. So the next thing I would definitely take again, obviously this is something I usually have, especially in long trips, is a travel journal. This, my sister gave it to me because she got it as a gift, and when I tell you this is filled, like, yeah, I had a lot of thoughts, and some of them they're probably gonna turn into videos actually, and or like other writing things that I'm gonna do. And a pen, having a pen, I got this in a stationery store. I'm very picky about my stationery. I usually I do like extensive tests to find the best pens and stuff like that. I'm a little bit hyperfixated in that way, but it was just like really nice to have this. But then I also had like a smaller notebook. I can't find it, but that was really nice to just have, like, because I wasn't carrying this every day with me, but I had a smaller notebook where I would just carry it with me, and I would just like write down wherever thoughts come up. Let me try to find it. I did find it. So I got this notebook, I think in LA, and it's a duality of me. And it's just like little ideas, thoughts, reflections that come up. I usually just put them on there. It's very light. It's Japanese stationery, so it's really high quality. And this one, I think the last reflection I had was around the rise of isolation and aloneness, and I was just reflecting on that around like eating alone. So it just like when thoughts come up, having some physical paper and pen, game changer. It's gonna be the easy side, so I'm gonna tell you things I do not use and I do not need to bring. My actual camera. So I said that I brought this camera, and I'm glad I didn't bring my other Fuji camera or like my Olympus, but this is the one I brought, and this even felt heavy and such a burdensome, so I'm glad. I like to know that I probably won't bring it again. Next time I will just use my phone, or I would just have to be like really intentional about like taking pictures with this. But like it's a little like especially in big cities, it's a little disruptive to just like take out my camera. Like even if nobody cares, like I just feel really weird about it. So I don't know how people vlog and all that in the daylight or like at night. But yeah, my laptop. So my mom was like, "Oh, you have to take your laptop," and like the work I do is pretty sensitive, so she didn't want me to leave my laptop at home, knowing that like there's just like so many other possibilities. But honestly, I'm really mad that I brought it because I ended up watching Netflix more than especially at night instead of like writing or like reading, and I didn't even really bring a lot of books, but like I could have done I think other things or like go out, but I think I fell into the routine that I usually do just because I had this crutch with me. I wasn't really like checking work emails or anything, but like for that I guess like big props to me, but like yeah. This is so funny. Let me show you guys. So I brought this white shirt that I got from the Goodwill bin, and I wore it once, but I like honestly like I'm like very like my clothes are very like large, and like I wear very like juxtaposed fashion where I have this like big shirts and big pants, and so having this maybe like for a night or something was nice, but like honestly like I didn't need it. Obviously it didn't take that much space, but I don't think I would bring it again. If I was going to the beach or something, I didn't end up going to Phuket or other parts of southern islands, so I think if that was the case maybe I would bring it, but I didn't need it at all. Kind of going back, one of the things that I brought that was really like obviously like it's always important when I go, especially to international trips, is my adapter. This one is all in one, like one of those universal ones. The nice thing about it is also has like a USB thing, and I've used this in Turkey, I've used this in Ethiopia, and it's going strong still. It's been like a year, no, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since I've had it. It's already, but like I don't think I would bring the COVID test, even though it doesn't take that much space. Like I didn't need it, and if I needed it, I would have gotten to the pharmacy. There was a pharmacy like at every road. It's a major city. Like if I knew that I was going to a rural part where there wasn't a lot of access to different pharmacies and stuff, okay maybe, but like I didn't need this, and I have to like kind of understand like the city infrastructure, like a city infrastructure has to kind of inform what you bring with you. Sometimes we have this like scarcity mindset, like I will find all of these things, but it's like most things we can find. Like I was gonna bring a repellent with me like from the US, but they have repellents everywhere. Same thing with cotton swabs. They had cotton swabs at every place. I brought a bunch. I'm glad I did, but like I didn't need to. I think the only medication I probably needed to bring is like Pepto, because I didn't see that there, and it's the only one that works for me. But like everything else, like it was fine. Even like deodorant and stuff like that. Like I ended up switching my deodorant from Dove to like Nivea halfway, and I ended up getting this for like, was it like 39 baht or something like that, and it was fine, and it was much smaller. Like I'm like, you know, it would have taken way less space. Just like it's the little things, I think, the little annoying things during travel that kind of give you a peace of mind. I also would bring Aleve again. This, I had cramps, and then I also had hangover headache a couple of times, and so this was the only thing that worked for me. I didn't try any other Thai medication, but like because this works, I didn't want to try anything new, and I've had this with me, and it's almost gone. Honestly, I have to like refill. And then the Pepto is another medication that I would definitely bring again. Another thing I would not bring as much as I did, and I think I did okay, is multiple like undergarments, including like swimsuit. Like I thought I was gonna go to Phuket, like I get it, like I think it just didn't happen, but I think I just had too many scarves, head scarves, hats, that I just didn't end up wearing underwear, socks, and most of the time I would just like rewash it, and like I would wear the same ones. I even ended up throwing a couple that were kind of like getting nasty. Always kind of over plan when you travel, but most of the time people already live at the place you're going to, so like why do you need to bring so much with you? So I was, you know, halfway through the trip I ended up switching to just this backpack as my travel buddy, and I didn't use the luggage for 2 weeks. And so in my mind, I was like, I even bought a couple of things. Like I bought some trinkets and stuff for my friends. And so even with that, it just didn't overfill. And so that means that I actually brought too much stuff. So the fact that I ended up paying 150 baht a day at the airport because I had too much stuff, for me at least, like, you know, some people check in baggage and stuff like that, but for me this felt like a lot. And so I really want to experiment with minimal travel, because I'm not like posting pictures on social media and stuff like that, so I don't need to make a fashion show. And that's not the reason that I'm there. I think there's this like thing that has happened in the last few years where people have to purchase a whole new wardrobe for a travel that is coming up. You don't have the proper clothes or stuff, and most of the time, like all of this stuff, like there's medications, the COVID test and stuff, I didn't buy a lot of stuff before I left. I think there's this obsession with like manufacturing like a new you for a trip that is short term usually, and I found myself kind of doing like a lot of push and pull with that. Another thing that I would definitely take is like a book that is like light with me, because I ended up taking this book my friend gave me. I can't find it, but it's very dark and serious, and I don't think that's the type of book I wanted to take with me. So I ended up only reading 10 pages, and I just like abandoned it. So I didn't really read when I was there. I'm not like mad about that, but I would have taken something light, like a light reading, or like something that doesn't have like too much like emotional depth. I think that would have prevented me from being on my phone too much. It was a very bulky thing to bring, but I think this was one of the best things that I have brought, because it as someone who has gotten a fear of flying over the years, I need to have a specific routine around flying, even if it's a little bit inconvenient. It would have been convenient to have my AirPod. I've had my AirPod for 5 years. It's getting old, so it dies really quickly. So having the Sony headphone was like just a game changer at every trip, and I've had this for like 4.5 years now. I got a repair last year because it broke, so I'm very grateful that it's like all scratched and dent. There's just like something satisfying about having something long term, and you don't have to purchase something for the trip. Another thing that I didn't do is I didn't buy stuff. I had some souvenirs for my friends, like little cards. I brought like this Studio Ghibli toy that I got from the vending machine, and a couple of like these postcards. Like everything else was, I experienced it, I ate. It was a lot of perishable things. Took pictures, I reflected, and that made this desire to think that like I have to do everything, and I have to purchase things, and I have to commemorate this trip in some way that is like tangible and with stuff. I had to like decouple that from myself, or else I think it would have gone a completely different way. And I've also noticed that over the years. Like last year I went to France for two weeks, and I was in Lyon specifically for a week. And my last day, this would not have happened, but like my last day, I ended up purchasing nothing except like a postcard for myself. And to me, that is like my relationship with consumerism like changing, because I don't think we talk about consumerism when it comes down to us traveling, especially because you're supporting the economy, whatever the thing is, right? But in my mind, I feel like you have to actually be extra careful around consumerism and what your relationship is, especially when you are embarking on like a trip to another country that is not even yours. The only clothes I bought was this. The feature is Ladyboy, and this is like made in Thailand by the artist in Thailand store. I found out about from someone, then I found it on Instagram, and it was like a very beautiful experience, and I'm glad I bought this. This was the only size they had that was like large or extra large, and I like my clothes pretty big. So another thing that I definitely would have taken less is makeup. This is the only makeup I took, and the only makeup I used, this ended up staying at the airport with my luggage. The only thing that I used was concealer, mascara, and eyebrow pencil. Everything else was bulky, unnecessary. And then this was all the jewelry I brought, but I only used 3 jewelries. And then I bought just an earring, a silver earring, when I was in one of the markets, and that's what I wore for the rest of the time. And then I just wore these, and like that was essentially my whole like accessories, because first of all it was really hot, and like I don't want to be doing too much I guess, and I don't know, having too much stuff on me while when it's hot, it's very, very stressful and very overstimulating. Overall, I would say that I had like a really good time, and like today I'm just kind of organizing, honestly, like and doing laundry and stuff, but I feel very satisfied. I'm slowly getting back to into work. Work is like on a halt, like it's just taking over, but I also have a documentary that I'm working on that I need to finish editing. I'm really grateful that I got to go, and just I think lots of gratitude and just ease is what I feel right now. And yeah, and I'm in a place of like reflection too, which feels really good and very I don't know, it feels very interesting to be in this place because I haven't been in it in a while. Do you have any trips or little getaways that are coming up? Do you ever think about like the amount of stuff that you carry with you versus like the amount of stuff that you actually generally use or during a trip? We always say like it's better to have too much than too little, but what I'm noticing is like I don't think that applies to me as much, and I was expecting as I've gotten older I would like need more stuff with me, but the reality is actually we need a lot less than we think we do.